Good morning. It is 7:04 a.m.
A little too early.
A little too early.
But we got a lot to do today.
We do. So now we're just packing. We didn't really get to it last night. At least we have our coffee and our oatmeal to give us some energy to pack and then go out and do this hike.
First time packing for a backpacking trip inside a van with two dogs. It's a little stressful for sure because Nova is, as you can see, ready to go.
June absolutely loves wearing backpacks, can't you tell? Dogs are waiting, backpacks ready. I guess that's our first glimpse of the mountains. We arrived here at dark. Lake Tahoe is right through those cars. Dogs are waiting patiently. We're Anna and Ryan, and these are our two rescue mutts, Nova and Juniper. And this is Beluga, our shuttle bus camper that we travel in and live in part-time when we're not based out of our off-grid house in Colorado. Nice move. No, it's not. Well, a little actually. Just awkward.
So we're at the trailhead, Eagle Falls trailhead. And are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm really hoping we're not climbing those jagged peaks though.
Yeah, they look pretty gnarly.
Just wasn't mentally prepared for that kind of hike. There's also a sign here about bears and how you should have the hard bear canister.
Which we have two of them, but they're at home.
Safely in Colorado at our house. So what we have is like a bear proof, it's like a Kevlar bag, which we're gonna hang from a tree. Hopefully that's good enough.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Got my hands-free system going.
Look at that.
I'm ready for this. We didn't do a whole ton of research on this hike. It was very spontaneous. We got the permits, checked the elevation gain, the mileage, where we were gonna camp based on elevation gain and mileage. So I don't really know if we're climbing that or not. Guess we'll find out.
These stairs are pretty gnarly. Nova just likes dragging me up it, which isn't a bad thing.
This is gorgeous.
So we've been getting little patches of fog, and low clouds, and then little patches of sunshine. Hopefully the sun comes out.
The struggle is real.
But the views are worth it. How are we gonna do this?
He's there. We're there. Nice. I'm really obsessed with this watch. I had my doubts that it was worth the money because I had used GPS tracking and all of its other features. This is the first time using the navigation. We imported this hike as a course, and it literally tells me if I'm off trail by like 2 feet. It's like a full-on navigation, like as if you were navigating through Google Maps in your car. Enjoying that sandwich?
No, it's gross. The spread is gross.
And these dogs think they're getting some. This might have been a good spot for crampons, but depending on how long the stretch is, it may or may not be worth it to get them out. So we're just gonna go slow. even out June's bag a little bit because the dog food is on the other side. So we just put a little less than a liter in that water bottle.
So come along. I'm getting on, getting on, getting on. I hear the hum begin to grow. It's telling me get up and
Okay, we've made it to fork in the road. Eagle Lake is where we came from. Okay, so we're headed to Velma.
I'm coming up. Get up and I'm getting up.
So we're coming up on the last divider. Velma Lakes is that way.
That's when we're
And
camping
then
at.
Dick Lake is that way.
We usually bring some of these smart water bottles, a trick I learned from my mom, but I think you were doing that too already because a lot of the different water filters fit right on there and they're super lightweight. So,
That makes you smart.
and it makes you smart. Just trying to get my crampons on because I'm sliding down this mountain. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Back to it.
I see Dick's Lake right through the trees over here. Look at it! Look at a pretty lake! Wow, look at that reflection.
I know. Wow. Yeah,
It's a big lake.
It's gonna be a good camping spot if we can maybe find a little dry spot. We found a potential camp spot. Not exactly flat, but it's got a great view. How you feeling?
Good. A little tired, but at least it's a little warm.
It
Not
is.
snowing.
It is. It's supposed to drop to about 30 tonight, but right now the sun is shining. Girl, who's a good girl? Who are my good girls? Yes, yes. We've got the sleeping bags all set up. The dogs are gonna be in the middle. We got a foam pad for them. We gotta get their sleeping bags out. June, you testing everything out?
Right here.
We got a 3-person tent for this reason. This is our first time actually using this tent with the dogs in it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, stay. June, this is where you're sleeping. Are those coyotes?
No, it sounds like geese.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you just saying that so I'm not
Yeah.
scared? Oh. Kind of sounds like geese.
You ready for bed?
I guess so. It's only 6 o'clock, but it's dark out and it's cold. Ryan's got this super fancy sleep system that he
Zen Bivy.
Zen Bivy. It acts as sort of like a down blanket
Yeah.
rather than a sleeping bag, but you can connect it to the mat that it comes with, but it's super wide too.
Yeah. I like it during the summer because I can leave it open. I usually sleep with like 1 foot out.
We got Nova all snuggled up in her,
Let's call it a hot pocket for sure.
yeah, in her hot pocket. And June seems to think that her bed is on her dad's bed. My sleeping bag is rated to 15 degrees with the corresponding sleep pad. These are both Big Agnes. We'll see how it does tonight. The weather forecast, I think, said it was supposed to get down to 31 Fahrenheit. So I guess we're in for an interesting night.
We'll make it.
We'll make it. Well, we'll catch you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
My boots are fully frozen. Cracked a little bit when I put them on, but they're still rock solid.
Learning slowly about snow camping. Number one thing is that you can't really do a spontaneous snow camping trip if you don't have the right gear. Can you see? How many fingers?
2.
I guess you can see then. No bears? I think that was from you. Was that there when you got there?
I don't know.
Or maybe it was from last night.
Yeah, shaking it.
Yeah.
I don't see.
I think there'd be some kind of print. Okay, you two.
You guys want some food?
Yeah, you want that food?
Delicious Insta coffee.
I really want to start like trying those coffee tea bags. I think those look really cool.
That would be a lot better than this garbage.
Yeah. Okay, now we wait.
Smells like coffee. Looks like coffee. But doesn't taste like coffee. So Anna went back to sleep.
Well, I'm very much awake. I'm in here for the warmth. And the dogs had the right idea, so I just thought I'd join them. That's coffee.
Was 2 liters good yesterday?
Well, I had a liter left when we got back, so I think honestly,
Just a liter.
a liter should be fine. It's getting a little toasty now. Taking a few of my layers off. I still have like 3 layers up top though. Well, it's 10 a.m. But to be fair, the sun didn't really come up until 7. So we've just been kind of putzing around the last few hours, warming up, drinking coffee, eating some breakfast, filtering water, feeding the dogs, and now we're gonna pack everything up and start on that hike, hit a couple more lakes, and then decide at that last junction if we're gonna do the very final lake or skip it.
We're all packed up, ready to go.
Backpacks on the dogs.
Yep.
They look really heavy, I'm gonna tell you right now, but they're super light. They just have their sleeping bags and puffy jackets in them, which is like less than a pound each.
Yep.
Bye, Dix Lake.
All right.
Let's get to it.
Come on.
Hey Ryan, show us how deep the snow is. I believe it's pronounced Fontellini. Fontellini's? I don't know. Fontagli's?
Sounds Italian.
Doing goofballs. I haven't showered in a while. I'm not ashamed to admit that. You still love me, right?
Yes.
So part of the section we're on right now is actually part of the Pacific Crest Trail, which is cool. It's kind of always been my dream if I was going to do a through hike to do the Pacific Crest. But Ryan and I were actually just talking about, as we were setting up our camp, for me personally, I don't know how I feel about having to set up and take down your tent and your sleeping bag and your sleeping mat and all of that stuff every single day. My favorite kind of backpacking is where you stay in one spot for a few nights and do like day hikes out from there. So the through hike is kind of the opposite of that. But I do like the idea of just being in nature for an extended period of time and having to worry about nothing but hiking and camping. So we'll see. Pretty cool.
It is.
Good girls. Good girls. Those are good girls. So this is the spot where we're diverging again from the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail. So back on to, I guess, the next Velma, and then we hit a junction, and then a second junction, and at that point we need to make the decision whether we want to hike 2 extra miles. My feet are pretty soaked. I've fallen into the snow a few times, all the way up to my knees. So we're thinking we're gonna skip the extra 2-mile section. Let's go. Okay, so we just hit the first junction. We have one more, and then we're heading back to Eagle Falls, where our bus is. We've got about 3 miles left. It's like almost 3 p.m. So the sun's supposed to set at 4:40. Definitely should make it by then. But we just passed our first people of the day. So yeah, we had the lake to ourselves last night. Haven't seen anyone all morning. So it's kind of cool because this hike is supposed to be super busy in the summer. And I guess this is the time to do it if you have the proper sleeping bag. Almost done. before dark. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch. It died a bit ago, which is I guess the one downside to these kinds of watches, but there's not really one on the market that does GPS and navigation that lasts longer than this, so all in all, that was a good hike.
We had a good time.
We did. Now I'm ready to eat.
I'm glad we did this.
Woo!
We made it.
We made it, and we have been rewarded with this sunset. That's amazing. Seriously.
We finally made it into the bus. Thank you guys for coming along on our little winter trip up into the Sierra Nevadas. Finally got some dry clothes on us and some food in us.
The dogs are pretty tired from the trip, and yeah, we're just gonna watch some Ted Lasso and go to bed, but I really do hope that you'll click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the like button if you enjoyed this video, and then just continue following along for more van life, off-grid living adventures, home renovations, all kinds of good stuff. So,
All right. Bye, guys.
bye. Good night.